Hey, welcome back everyone. Let's try and dial in Metallica's Ride the Lightning tone using the Marshall DSL. So the album's got a real distinct flavour about it. And I always thought it was the EQ console that they... Yeah, well, there's not a great deal to read about this album and the production, and Flemming Rasmussen hasn't released a whole lot like he did with Master of Puppets and Justice for All. But from what I can gather, it's just JCM 800s and ODs in front, and both James and Kirk had their Gibson Vs. So the rest of the details I don't really know, but we'll just try and replicate it as best we can using the gear that I've got. So I'm using my brand new Jackson KVXMG. It's the first guitar I've had new for about 6 years, and my wife bought it just for me the other day. It was a surprise, and look, I love it. It's got AMG 8181 pickups. They're different to what the guys used on the album, but forgive me, I just wanted to play it. It sounds really nice, and it's really, really nice to play. For the amp, you can see my settings there. I've got the mids really high, but at the same time on the EQ, I'm scooping it out in the effects loop just to push certain frequencies. It's the low mids that really sound in this album, and then the higher mids just seem to be scooped a bit more. As far as miking up the guitar tone, I'm not using the Marshall cab. I'm running it through the Mezza cab, the 112 in the corner. And it's further away from me, so you don't get the string noise, but I actually prefer the sound of that speaker for this. It's not as fizzy as the Marshall cabs. It's a lot tighter and warmer, and just projects well and sounds more like Ride the Lightning to my ears. So I'll be using that one with the SM57 just in front of it. Going across to my pedals now, I'm running the Boss NS2 in the 4-cable method, so it's both in the effects loop and the front end. It gets things quiet. I've got the EQ in the effects loop, and I'm running a Zakk Wylde overdrive in the front end. This can be any overdrive. So that you're aware, I actually pre-recorded a few tracks in the right-hand channel in Logic, just so when we play through it sounds full, whereas one mono track on its own will sound a little bit just thin and you'll think that something's missing. So that's why I've pre-recorded a few and got a few harmonies in there and so forth, and just to give it that full Metallica vibe. This next riff is just the verse riff from Ride the Lightning, and I think it just picks up and you can just hear the flavour of the album really well that comes through. It's just 2 guitars, and I'll be playing the left one. The next riff is the lead harmony part in For Whom the Bells Tolls. There's actually 4 guitars right at the point of the harmony I'm going to have, with left and right doing the actual harmony, and 2 left and right outers are doing the melody, so, and the backing pretty much. So here's this one. The next riff is from Trapped Under Ice, and it's just a really cool riff that I love in the song, and I'm recording just 2 channels in this, left and right, pan 65%. This is the main Creeping Death riff, and it's just 2 guitars. And the last one is my favourite off the album, The Call of Cthulhu. I think it's a beautiful song, and this riff in particular, I just love the way it just keeps growing and just keeps, like the suspense just builds within the songs. So that's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today, and I hope I could show you a way to help dial in this Ride the Lightning tone and just set that EQ up to really push certain frequencies. It's not scooped, it's sort of not pushed. It's a weird tone. So for anyone actually wondering about my new guitar, it's just beautifully made. It's crafted in Indonesia, but the quality is second to none. It's as good as my Rhodes, which is Japanese made, and it's got a really nice tone. The neck is like butter, and solos are so easy on it. Huge tone. I'm not sure what the body wood is made of. Probably older, I'm thinking. It's not really heavy, but the neck is so stable. It's almost, I don't know if it's got carbon rods in it or not. The stability of it is actually really good. You can tune anything you want from it, and the neck doesn't move at all. So all that said, take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye.